Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Liyyanan Nadhira Zaka from Q5 2019. And in this occasion, I will present a journal about the analysis of types, illusionary acts in Tangled movie. This journal is written by Dila Rahmayanti and Leni Marlina in 2018. Okay, let's continue to the first part of the journal. That is abstract. In this research, concerned with speech acts produced by the main character in short movie script. The aims of this research are to describe the types of speech acts are produced by the character in animated of Western movie, entitled Tangled. Data of this research in the form of utterances that involve illusionary acts used by each character in that movie, which is taken from YouTube, then classify them into categories of illusionary acts based on surveys of the theory. The types of research in the study are qualitative and quantitative research. Qualitative research is applied to analyze the data in the form of the text, and quantitative research is used to count the number of speech acts used by the characters in that movie to conclude which types of speech acts is dominantly used. Next, based on the data analysis, found that there are 4 illusionary acts found in the movie. Those are directive, representative, expressive, and commissive. The study shows that the dominant speech act used in is directive, which are 44% of percentage. It indicates that the characters of the movie Tangled use directive because some of them want the other character to do something. Next slide is about introduction. In introduction, the researcher analyzed the data from illusionary acts divided into 5 types. There are representative, declarative, commissive, directive, and expressive. The researcher will use the theory in order to analyze the types of illusionary acts found in the movie Tangled. In this current research, the writer analyzed the type of illusionary acts that is found in the movie script. The writer chose animated movie entitled Tangled. The writer chose the Tangled movie to be object of this research because a movie consists of conversation and the researcher interested in observing the conversation spoken by the main character in the Tangled. Next part is previous study. The research of illusionary acts have been done before by many people. It shows that illusionary acts is an interesting object to be studied. In this opportunity, the researcher would like to review the research of Isnawati Anand and Diana 2015 entitled Speech Act Analysis of the Main Character in Strike Movie Script. The result of this research shows that the 4 types of speech acts produced by Strike are directive, representative, expressive, and commissive. Next, research method. The researcher used qualitative data in analyzing type of illusionary in Tangled movie. Qualitative research was an explanation of the research by describing an analysis of illusionary in Tangled movie. It is concluded that qualitative research was research that described things in detail by using the script of movie. The data of this study were analyzed by using some steps. Firstly, identify the data that have been transcribed. Identification is done by rewatching the transcribe the data before going to the next step. Then select sentences which consist of type of illusionary in Tangled movie. After that, the data would be analyzed about the type of illusionary. The researcher determines the types of illusionary that usually used by Tangled movie and which is used in the all script of movie. And the findings of the research were finally reported by the researcher. Next is result and discussion. The data of this research are of the utterances that contain illusionary egg found in movie script entitled Tangled. The data focus on type of illusionary egg, and there are 197 utterances that writer has to read and analyze. From the number of utterances, there are 49 utterances categorized into representative, 86 utterances categorized into directive, 14 utterances categorized into commissive, 40 and 48 utterances categorized into expressive, and 0 utterances categorized into declaration. Next is the table of the types of illusionary eggs, and this table show the percentage of types of illusionary eggs that researchers found in the movie script Tangled. The result of the analysis of these illusionary eggs shows that the highest of illusionary eggs is directive, 37%, representative and expressive respectively, followed directive with the percentage 24.9% and 24.4%. The lowest illusionary X is commissive with the percentage of 7%. Next, I will explain about the representative. The first picture, show that this utterance is kind of monologue in order to begin the story to the reader or listener. Therefore, it belongs to representative type instead. And the next picture, the monologue is staged by playing a narrator who also acts as an actor in the movie. And since the narrator stated the utterance that this is the story of a girl named Rapunzel, and it starts with the sun, this illusionary acts classified is representative with the type stated. And next is directive. The first picture show that this utterance appears when Pascal wants to go outside, then Rapunzel refuses that, and she makes a statement like in the datum above. The utterance belongs to commanding because Rapunzel commands Pascal to stay in the tower. Next picture. This dialogue happens between Stabbington and Flynn when they stand in the mission to steal the crown in the castle. For a few minutes, Flynn in just a few around the castle. Then Stabbington asks Flynn to go and finish their job. Stabbington say, "Come on." It shows that the utterance belongs to directive type in command. Next, commissive. This utterance was said by Mother Gothel to Rapunzel. In the movie, Rapunzel argues with her mother. Rapunzel wants to go outside with her birthday as a reason, but her mother gave a statement that shows her disagreement. Here, Mother Gothel refused Rapunzel's statement, and therefore it belongs to commissive type in refuse. Next, expressive. In the first picture, it shows that at the time, Rapunzel wants to go outside, but her mother forbid it. After that, Rapunzel asks the reason why can hear her go outside, and then her mother gave a reason like the datum above. That utterance show that her mother worried to Rapunzel if she go outside. Therefore, this utterance belong to expressive type in word. And the next picture show that this utterance appears when Flynn and Rapunzel talk about their dream each other when Flynn give a suggestion to Rapunzel and Rapunzel just say, because Rapunzel just say that, and it makes Flynn us again. The equation from Flynn shows that he is worried about Rapunzel. That is the reason why these utterance belong to expressive type in words. Next is discussion. In this research, the researcher finds there are four types of illusionary expressed on the Searle theories. They are directive, representative, expressive, and commissive. After analyzing all the data, this research is enough to answer the formula of the problems. The formulation of the problem is what are the types of illusionary acts in Tangled movie. Through the data analysis, the researcher proved that the characters' conversation in the movie divided the illusionary acts into four types. There are directive, representative, expressive, and commissive. And the most dominant type is directive. Okay, we come into the last part of the journal, the that are conclusion and suggestion. And in this paper has analyzed the types of illusionary acts that researchers found in the Tangled movie, and also identified the most dominant illusionary acts that is by character in the movie. In the data analysis, the researcher found there are four types of illusionary acts in the movie Tangled. These are representative, commissive, directive, and expressive. And in this research, the researcher has found out 86 utterances categorized into directive, and it is about 30.7%. Then it is followed by representative with 49 utterances, and it's about 24.9%. And next 48 utterances categories into expressive and percentage of expressive into 24.4%. And after that, the researcher found 14 utterances categorized into commissive and is about 7.0%. From the data above, it can be concluded that the directive is the most frequently used by the characters in the movie. Okay, I think that's all about my presentation of the journal. Thank you for your attention, and I will end this presentation by saying Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.